This 5,000-year-old survival tool beats modern gear when everything goes wrong. Steel snaps, batteries die, fuel runs out. But one ancient tool just keeps working, no matter the century, no matter the battlefield. And, believe it or not, it helped people stay alive long before modern survival kits existed. We're talking 5,000 years of proven performance. No charging cable, no spare parts, just wood, friction, and pure human grit. Right away, let's get into it. The tool is the bow drill fire starter. Simple, primitive, shockingly powerful, and in extreme survival situations, including those faced by soldiers during World War II, it can outperform modern fire-starting tools in ways that might surprise you. How this ancient device actually works. The bow drill is built from 4 basic parts: a bow, a spindle, a fireboard, and a socket. That's it. No chemicals, no sparks from fancy alloys, just controlled friction. The bow moves the spindle back and forth at high speed. The spinning spindle grinds into the fireboard. Wood dust forms. Heat builds. That dust turns into a glowing ember. Ember meets dry tinder. Fire is born. This method dates back at least 5,000 years, with archaeological evidence showing friction fire tools across Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Different cultures, same physics, same life-saving result. Here's the wild part. When conditions are right and your technique is solid, a bow drill can actually produce fire faster than, say, struggling with a wet box of matches or a cheap lighter that just refuses to spark. Why do modern tools sometimes fail? Well, modern fire starters are convenient, but they're not invincible. Lighters run out of fuel. Ferro rods need both skill and dry tinder. Storm matches are great until they get soaked or you use them all up. Batteries in those electric arc lighters, they die. Gear breaks, springs jam, and plastic can crack in cold weather. Now, just picture a World War II pilot shot down behind enemy lines, or maybe a soldier separated from his unit in freezing terrain. Gear lost, pack gone, and no resupply coming. Survival suddenly depends on knowledge, not equipment. That's where ancient tools shine. A bow drill can be made from natural materials found in the environment. No factory required, no supply chain, no technology beyond human hands and a knife, or even sharp stone in extreme cases. That level of independence is something modern gear simply can't match. Why it can be more effective than modern tools. Effectiveness in survival is not about speed in perfect conditions. It's about reliability in bad ones. The bow drill wins because it is renewable. Break apart, make another. Run out of fuel, doesn't matter. Drop it in mud, clean it off, and keep going. Also, friction fire creates a coal, not a flame. That glowing ember is gold. It can be nurtured, carried, and transferred into different tinder bundles. One ember can start multiple fires if managed properly. That's long-term efficiency modern disposable tools rarely offer. In World War II survival training, many military programs began re-emphasizing primitive skills. Downed aircrew and isolated soldiers were taught to improvise. Fire was critical for warmth, cooking, water purification, and morale. While they weren't all issued bow drills, the principle was clear. If you understand the basics of friction fire, you are never truly without options. That mindset mirrors what ancient humans already knew thousands of years earlier. So, what makes a good bow drill set? Well, not all wood works the same, you know. The best combinations usually use softer woods for the fireboard and a slightly harder wood for the spindle. The goal here is to create fine, hot dust pretty quickly. The bow itself just needs to be sturdy and, slightly curved. And for the bowstring, a cord shoelace or even a strip of cloth twisted tight can work just fine. The socket, which is the handhold piece, really should be hard and smooth inside to reduce friction at the top. Stone, bone or hard wood works well for this purpose. And, a bit of lubrication, like some fat or plant oil, helps even more. Technique matters just as much as the materials, honestly. You want steady pressure, smooth strokes. Start slow to build up dust, then speed up to generate heat. When the smoke thickens and the dust turns dark, well, you're close. One last burst of speed, and then ember appears. Transfer it gently into a tinder bundle and, breathe life into it. This is skill-based power. No store-bought shortcut replaces practice. Why this still matters today? We live in a world obsessed with high-tech solutions, but history, especially the brutal lessons of World War II, shows that technology fails under stress. Supply lines collapse, weather turns hostile, plans fall apart. The people who survive are the ones who can adapt using what's around them. That's exactly what the bow drill represents. Adaptability, self-reliance, knowledge over gadgets. It's also silent. No bright sparks, no loud clicks, just controlled movement. In a wartime evasion scenario, silence can mean the difference between staying hidden and being found. Even outside of combat, this tool teaches something modern life makes us forget. Your hands, your brain, and basic materials are enough to create one of humanity's most important discoveries. Fire, warmth, safety, hope. That's not just survival, that's empowerment. Ancient does not mean outdated. We tend to think newer automatically means better. But some technologies hit peak efficiency thousands of years ago. The wheel, the needle, the lever. Add the bow drill to that list. It's not replaced because it stopped working. It's replaced because we got comfortable. Take away convenience, and ancient tools step right back into the spotlight. 5,000 years later, this simple friction device can still save a life when modern tools tap out. That's not nostalgia. That's performance under pressure. And that's exactly the kind of forgotten knowledge that fits the zero-hour World War II mindset. When everything goes wrong, when plans collapse, when gear is gone, what do you still have left? Skill, knowledge, and tools older than history books. If you're into real survival knowledge, battlefield history, and the kind of practical skills that actually matter when it counts, you're in the right place. hit subscribe, share this with someone who loves history with an edge, and stay locked in. Because sometimes the oldest tools tell the strongest survival stories.